I started making games back in 2003, and I'm more excited now than I was when I started. Games, to me, are about bringing people together. My name is Danny Jugan. I am the founder and lead developer for Axis Games. I've always had an interest in games. In high school, I took my first programming class, and I started with a capture the flag game. That game, being able to complete it, gave me a picture of what I could do with it. From there, I just went one game after another. I continued to develop Flash games during my time in college, and I made a handful of games there. And that was when I first got the idea of really turning it into a business. I thought a good bit about the name. The idea of an axis is pretty common. It's an imaginary line that points into space and things rotate around it. The idea of an axis in that sense, where everything else is moving around but the axis stays still, really appealed to me.
We met teaching. So we both taught at Vance High School. He hadn't done much with sports gaming when we met.
I decided just to stay on the indie side, keep teaching, because I really enjoy teaching. I went from teaching high school, computer science and business, to teaching at the university. And so it was a perfect scenario for me to be able to work on games on the side and teach. We finished the first version of Axis Football and released it in 2015. And it was, to call it a football game was generous.
Loves football. He's coached all of our kids. He played football. He's been an avid football fan since he was little.
My senior year in high school, I had a really bad injury. When I was no longer able to play and I was on the sideline, it really changed the way I looked at the game. I started looking at football more holistically. That's where I started really falling in love with football because of the complexity, because of the nuance to the player movements, and just how deep the strategy can be.
I think he saw a need and thought, I love this anyway, and went that route, and it really took off.
We obviously can't compete with Madden in terms of the graphics and the presentation and the realism and even the NFL license. And so we saw an advantage to being able to step in and write the code to really create an entire economy around the league. We wanted there to be a really deep franchise mode to it, so you could manage your team, do trades, draft, free agents, signing, all that good stuff.
The biggest feedback he gets is it's nice to have someone actually respond to us and actually put in the game what we want to see.
She's the picture of support and the reason I'm able to do what I do. And so it's been a great partnership. She handles all of our community relations, social media posts, chatting with people, answering questions. So if you are asking questions on social media, she's answering your questions. The credit for why Axis Football still exists is the community that supported the game at the time and really saw the vision for what it could be. Our focus has been on Axis Football, but we have spent some time working on an adventure game that will eventually come out, and so we're excited about that. Games, to me, are about bringing people together. In our house, video games were always a collaborative process.
We play a lot of games around the table, board games. We also play a lot of video games, but we don't play any games individually. We always play as a family. So it's always shoulder to shoulder, engaging in what people are doing, supporting each other. And that's what Danny wants for the community for Axis Football. He wants people to experience life together through something that they really love.